future me. I don't think I said anything about Throne of Glass, to be 100% honest. I gave this book a 5 stars. I thought it was interesting. The only thing that I think like confuses me is that it says like it mentions fairies and stuff like that. There's like no fairies other than like the little people that like leave Selena gifts. There's like no fairies. So where are the fairies? Little confused there. There's a little love triangle that I can't tell who I want to be, like the person. So we will see about that. But overall, I think it's a good book. It's one of the shorter books, so it's a little bit easier to digest. And then once you get through the first couple short books, then you're like, I'm so invested, I can read this, like, I don't even know how many pages, Kingdom of Ashes, but like this 800, 900 page book. That's all I've got because I've read this at the beginning of the year and I don't remember what happens. So that's all. We are learning more about the past with like the previous rulers and the wars and stuff, and also with Selena's past. So that is interesting. But like nothing crazy has happened. It's mostly just her and her duties as the king's guard and like her days off and like interacting with the other characters so far. So nothing crazy. I wonder what happens that's so interesting in this book. But I guess I'll have to keep reading to find out. Alrighty, I just finished Crown of Midnight, and I don't really know what to think. The first part of the book was kind of boring. It was just a whole bunch of random things that were happening. The last, like, I want to say like 100 to 50 pages were actually pretty interesting. So I think I'm either going to give this book a 4-star or a 5-star. I haven't quite decided yet, but it will be up there. I did really enjoy it. I didn't mind the boring parts that were nothing interesting happening. The last part got really good, and it makes me want to read the next book immediately. What else? I do so far. I don't know if it gets closer to Actotar in the end, but I do like how the magic is different and the Fae are different in here, and it's like set up differently. I don't know if she wrote this first or Actotar first. I have no idea. I would assume it would be this one first because there's more books and it's like more of a completed series. I don't know if it's completed at all, but there's more books, so I assume she would have written this one first, or at least I'd like to think she did. But yeah, so far it's really good. This book was actually pretty good. I feel like you learn a little bit more about the characters, and like she sprinkles like breadcrumbs throughout the thing, so you like, if you're not paying attention, I feel like it's easy to miss, but I was paying attention. And if you want to see my full spoiler vlog with like all my reactions and stuff, I'll link it up above. But I was catching on to what these little breadcrumbs were. And yeah, I like that what I think is happening is happening. I don't know about the next books. I have no clue. I have an idea of what's gonna happen, but I don't wanna get ahead of myself before I start reading. So with that said, we're on to the next book. That would be Assassin's Blade. But I think that's in the past. So I wonder if it's in the past of like Selena's past or like the whole world's past. Because I feel like I don't care about the whole world's past, to be honest. But we will keep reading and see what happens. I don't even think I said anything about the beginning of this book on this part. But these are novellas about the Throne of Glass series, and this is all about her like past life. I wish they talked about her past life before she met the head assassin, but this is all of her life between meeting the head like the beginning of her like fallout with the head assassin and then her entrapment from the king. And oh my god, what a heartbreaking freaking story. I know that something happens to a certain character because it's mentioned in the other books, but there was no need for that to happen. Because at first I was like, okay, like whatever. That happened to him. Like, he's not even part of these books. He's just like mentioned in passing. And like actually seeing the little interactions, I was like, oh my god, how could you do that? Absolutely heartbreaking. I think these were fun, and each time I like finished a novella, I felt like I'd finished a book, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm on to the next book. So But I do like that they were all in one book instead of tiny little 100-page books. But to be honest, I feel like if they were all separate books that were all titled different things, I wouldn't have been that mad because they would have been quick and easy reads. I feel like each one of these little stories could have been a whole entire book on its own if there was like a couple more things that happened, or add in a couple of things, and they could have been a full-fledged 400-page book on their own for each of the 5 little like novellas in there. Overall, I gave this book a 5-star as well. So as you can tell, I'm really loving this series. Is it the best thing ever? No, but I'm here for the vibes. I'm here for the vibe. I don't absolutely hate the writing. I do like Sarah J. Maas's writing. Is it the most exquisite thing ever? No. But I do really enjoy her stories, and I cannot wait to read Heir of Fire. So that's the book we're going to head into next. Alrighty, I'm about 250 pages into Heir of Fire, and I think the beginning was really slow. I wasn't very interested in the beginning of the book. I was like, what the heck is going on? I have no idea. But the further along we got in, so this book's from like a couple people's point of views, but there's like 3 main storylines they're following, and I feel like they're all gonna connect in the end, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But I get so invested in the point of view I'm in, and then when they change it, I get so unbelievably mad because like, no, I was interested in this, and then I fall in love with that one. And then it's like the 3 of them back and forth, and I can't. It makes me so bad. I don't care about the other point of views when I'm reading a singular one. So that's about it. They are introducing us to new characters throughout the story, and they fit in kind of perfectly, but not too perfectly. But they give us a different side of like what's going on and what's going on in their life. And I do think it is really interesting. So hopefully they come together at the end. We will see. Let's keep reading. I just finished Heir of Fire, and let me tell you, those last 100 pages were so packed. It was a page turner. I feel like I can do 50 to 100 pages, but after that, like I start not focusing on this and I like want to do something else. But I read these last 160 pages so quickly. Such a page turner. I feel like the first part, although it is like kind of boring, I didn't really mind it. It wasn't that boring to me, but it is pretty boring. But it's all worth it to get to the end. One thing I like about this book is that you and Selena are piecing the pieces together, like at the same time. Like she says something, you're like, oh, I didn't think about that, but now I am. And so I understand everyone's withholding information from her because they're also withholding information from me. And does it make me very, very mad? It does. But I think it's fun that you are learning along with the main character what the heck is going on. But another thing is, this had like 3 people's point of view. So it had Charcoal and Dorian and Selena's cousin in like one section. Then there was Manal the witch, and then there was also Selena's. Sometimes I hated it where they were switching point of views, but then other times I was like, oh my god, like I'm learning everything at the same time. I do prefer Selena's point of view though. So I hope Queen of Shadows is in Selena's point of view because the switching kind of annoyed me, but not all the time. And sometimes I was like, Selena's POV is just so good. Like, and then it automatically switched. And then the next couple pages or somebody else's. I'm like, I don't really care. I feel like, I know before my POV ranking was Selena, Mana, and then Dorian and Charcoal and whatever. But I think near the end it switched. It was Selena, Dorian, and Charcoal, and then Mana. I feel like the witches lost the spark they had going for them. But with that said, we are going to start Queen of Shadows, and hopefully it gets really interesting. Alrighty, I just finished Queen of Shadows, which is the 5th book. The next book is Empire of Storms. But to be honest, like a lot of stuff happened. Yeah, crazy. I don't even know how to explain this book. It was a lot longer than the other 3, but overall I still think it was pretty good. I think I gave it a 5-star. I did really love it. I was really invested in it. This does have like dual point of views where you see things from Manal's side and then you also see things from Selena or Elena's side. I didn't hate that too much, but they do like within those two point of views, they do other people's point of views. But yeah, overall, really crazy. I feel like the stuff you learn in this is like, oh my god, like everything that I thought was going on is not happening, and it's crazy. But I'm like curious because there's 3 more books left, and at this point, like I don't know what else can happen. Like, I don't know what Sarah J. Maas has, like, up her sleeve, but, like, I don't know what could possibly happen. Well, I have, like, an idea for the next book, but after that, I have, like, no idea what can possibly happen in these books, but I guess we'll see. Alrighty, I just finished Empire of Storms, and I don't know if I even said anything about this book thus far. What a crazy ride this book has taken me on, because in the end, I was so unbelievably pissed off about what was happening, because I was like, this is not supposed to happen. This is not supposed to happen. There's 2 more books left. What am I supposed to do with this? So I have no idea what the other 2 books are about. This one isn't like fully about war, but they do give you some of the details of why things are happening and why things have to happen. Do I like them? Not at all. But you learn a little bit more information and you stop getting lied to a little bit. Also, I love how Elaine just like comes up with plans and like just doesn't tell anybody anything. All of a sudden, like something's happening, and she's like, "Oh yeah, like I started doing this like 5 months ago. Like I just wanted to surprise you guys." But in her mind, she's doing it because she's like, I want to do this behind the scenes. So, like, if it doesn't work, no one's gonna know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Not much else to say. I did end up giving this book a 5 star too. Are we surprised? I think series just give you like so much time to fall in love with characters, and you get so much more information on the characters themselves. Like there's background, you know how they grow up and that kind of thing. Like you know their past, their present, and their future, I guess, in the rest of the books. But like I feel like you just have so much time to fall in love with them that like it doesn't matter what they do in any of these books. Like you're just like, I love these characters. Like I'm so invested in their stupid little lives. So that's that. The next book is Tower of Dawn, so we'll get straight into that. This book is solely on like charcoal, and I've decided to name her Nespresso because I don't know her name. Their adventure in Antica, I think. Yeah, so far it's not bad, but I'm like kind of so used to it switching point of views on me and like something completely different happening that I'm like kind of confused now that it's like all one thing. Other than that, like nothing really interesting has happened. Like I wonder why this was its own book and Empire of Storms was different, but I feel like a lot of people said they tandem read this, and I feel like I couldn't do that. I am reading them each individually. I don't think I have enough brain power for that. I feel like I'd lose my spot immediately. But yeah, I don't remember if I said it in this video or the last video, and I feel like I completely ignored it. I feel like that's what I was talking about last time. That I have some, like a misprint. I'm missing like 20-ish pages, something like that, that are like, it goes from like 182 to page 466. Now, what the heck is going on? So I guess I have to call Indigo and see if they can fix that. I don't know if they did because I bought this a while ago, but I also didn't start reading it till now, so I don't know how I would have known. But I also bought it in a box set, so I don't even know if they can fix that, but I definitely have to call. But so far, it's not bad. Nothing like extremely interesting has happened, but I do like how characters from past books are making reappearances in this book. Like I like how it all like ties together. Like they were telling you how these people met and introducing these characters because they knew they'd come back. So far, that's all I've got to say. Let's keep reading. Hi, it's future me, because I realized I filmed a clip for the last video I posted and not this one. But I've finished Kingdom of Ash, and I finished it a while ago. But I also gave this book a 5 star. Obviously, it focuses a little bit more on like the war aspect of everything. Some crazy freaking things happen in this book that I feel like didn't need to happen. Like I would have liked the book a little bit better if those things didn't happen. Obviously, it had to happen for the plot, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. What else happened? Yeah, you kind of get the like happily ever after, which is great. And the only downside, I guess, to this book is if you don't really like the war aspect because it takes up a large chunk of like the stuff, which I feel like was the same in Actotar, to be honest. Like the later books were like all about war. So I feel like if you don't like that, this book probably isn't going to be that great for you. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to watch the spoiler versions for each book that I filmed. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and comment down below. If you didn't, feel free to leave a hate comment. I'd love to hear your opinion, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.